So I bet they be saying
Sacrifice all the time. It's money on my mind. Drip on drip like a war. The faucet that mouth open like a oar. The guns, you ain't got to get it, but you know what it is. Spend some races to get right here.
God.
Why don't Devin Booker? Why doesn't he get MVP like love? His team is
It's because of the market he in. It's because of the market he in. He's a small.
He don't deserve it.
He in a small market team, but at the same time, though, there's a lot of people had a stigma with D Book is kind of like what Anthony Davis was when he first started with the Pelicans. He's putting up good numbers, but it's not translating into wins.
He just started winning.
This season. And we got to be real now. I'm from Mississippi. We love D Book. I like D Book.
Right.
But we got to be real now.
It's Chris Paul.
The real reason the second or fourth seed is because of CP. And so.
He doesn't deserve MVP.
I mean,
ain't they top 3 in the West?
He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I probably would give more MVP consideration to Chris Paul than I would Devin Booker.
Steph Curry is the MVP. He's the MVP. Him and Damian Lillard.
What I'm saying is, you said when Russ won the MVP and was putting up them incredible numbers, weren't they the 8th seed?
No,
6.
No, they were 6 seed. They were 13 games above 500.
They climbed to the 6th seed. At one point, they were low in the playoffs. Steph
was doing
crazy
shit. But that's when he really didn't have nobody.
Yeah, but
when he won the MVP.
Draymond.
They're the 10th seed though.
They're the 10th. I'm saying
they trying to make it to the play-in.
There's only been one time an MVP has won it with not being in the playoffs, and that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That was 1 year. The NBA.
I'm talking about us now. Should he get
MVP consideration?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, I give him MVP consideration, but win it, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
And y'all seen when Steph went to go play the Wizards, what happened now?
Don't nobody want to talk.
Don't nobody want to have.
Nobody want to talk about it when it was 6 minutes left.
Talking about
and Russ took over. Nobody want to say that.
Still with airballing, throwing the ball against the backboard and everything.
Who guarded?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
But you talking about after he was just got done averaging like 45.
Yeah, no, that's great. But I'm saying the streak ended when they played Washington. He wanted to keep going now. He wanted to keep. I'm pretty sure.
Let's be real though. Russ had a terrible game too. Him and Bradley Beal.
Russ had a terrible game shooting, but
oh my god, what does a triple double mean in that?
Listen,
he was totally inefficient. He was like extremely inefficient.
He was inefficient in that game. I give you that. But at the end of the game, he closed the game out. He leads the league in clutch field goal percentage. He's like 50-something%.
57.
57% with like 5 minutes less in the game. He took over at the end of the game and. At 6'3", maybe he might be 6'2". You know, looking at him, 20 rebounds. He's 8th in the league in rebounds. I mean, I know a lot of people want to say like he be, you know what I'm saying, they be letting him get this and get that, but for you to get 20 rebounds,
they do.
Man,
nah, he hungry for that. I give it to him.
You gotta want that.
That was given it to him. Okay, see,
let him do that, bro.
You gotta want that.
No, I ain't talking about the 20. I'm saying they allow him to get rebounds. Like they will get out the way.
So. The question is right now, playoffs coming up.
Okay.
We're gonna start with you, Lacey, and we're gonna go work our way down.
Yeah.
I know. Who you got making it to the finals?
I really want to see the Clippers versus the Nets.
He a Lakers fan though.
He a Lakers fan though
now.
He didn't say he don't think they're gonna make it. He said he want to see the Clippers. Okay.
His real favorite player Kawhi though. He didn't even mention that.
That's why I'm finna talk. People sleep on that boy Claw. I'm gonna say this time after time. That boy is scary in the playoffs. That's a different Kawhi. Like he single-handedly is an assassin. One team I know that they're gonna put him out within 6 to 5 games. And we don't need no more Pandemic P. And everybody know who Pandemic P is, Paul George. We most definitely need to see the Paul George from OKC, Indiana era, but that would be a more exciting matchup, the Clippers and Nets rather than the Lakers and the Nets. I feel like the Nets would sweep the Lakers, or at least put in the 6. At least put in the 6, bro. Real talk.
Who you got for you?
Yo. All right, so on the East side, I feel like most everybody right here know that the Nets gonna go to the finals.
The 76ers, but.
I got the Nets coming out the East because they're gonna be fully healthy. You know, KD he don't play that in the playoffs. He turns it up in the playoffs. Now on the West, I personally wanted the Jazz to come out the West. My boy D. Mitch, I was really rocking with him because they really came together. But now that he hurt, I can't say that. So,
Tell us about his injury. What happened to him?
I don't think they released
something dealing with his leg.
Yeah, the full report.
Is it major?
Yeah, like he's still out.
He couldn't even put no weight on it.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray type major or we?
No, I don't think it's Jamal.
Not
I think
Jamal
I think
If
they
he come back, it's
coming
gonna be
back.
like late.
Close to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Okay.
he coming back though.
But other than the Jazz, that's my personal favorite. Like I really mess with the Jazz, but I can see the Clippers or the Lakers going to the finals. It just who want it more really, because they know what the Lakers gonna do, and the Lakers know what the Clippers gonna do. So
I really see that matchup too.
All right, so I mean, with mine, it's because there's just so much going on, man. I really can't give a lock on everything. Now, my favorite for sure out of the East are the Nets. I mean, like Phil say, people forget how KD is. Like people kind of forget that before KD got hurt that season, he was averaging 40 in the playoffs. He was averaging 40. But I got the Nets if everybody healthy. Well, as long as they have KD and one other player, I can see them going to the NBA Finals.
like KD and Kyrie can do it.
KD and Kyrie can get them to the NBA Finals, but to win it, I feel like they need all three. But with well, I don't know. James Harden and KD when we seen them play together, man, I ain't gonna lie, that was some good stuff right there. That's possible. That's a possibility.
All three of them on the court, it's a wrap.
But see at the same time, James Harden kind of stepped back a little bit from scoring when it's Kyrie. He let Kyrie do him and KD do him. But when it was James Harden and KD, James and KD were going for 40 a night.
And they open up.
40 a
they
night.
gonna open up, man.
But if they not healthy, I got the Sixers coming out of there. I got the Sixers coming out. They're not healthy.
Heat, man. You know you're a Heat fan.
I'm a Heat fan. We're gonna do some damage. We're gonna do our damage. But I would be picking with my heart if I say the Heat we're gonna go to the NBA Finals.
So the question that I have for y'all now, we're talking about KD. We know the Warriors quote unquote destroyed the NBA. Why nobody's talking about the Nets? They destroyed the NBA.
See,
this a worse team than the Warriors, by the way.
But see, okay, we say that just because we know the skill of it. But the reason why they hated what KD did was because that team was already a proven commodity. Like, you've already seen that they can go and win a championship. We still have our question marks. James Harden has question marks in the playoffs. Last time we seen Kyrie Irving in the playoffs, he flamed out against the Bucks. You know, the only person that's been really a proven commodity in the playoffs has been Kevin Durant. And so, you know, with them, they're just now forming this team. Now, I remember when Blake and Aldridge signed, they were like, man, they building a super team. LaMarcus Aldridge clearly was on the back end of his career. Blake Griffin, he's still in the back end of his career. He's a solid role player. But, like, I feel like that's also predicated to the offense that they're running. It's opening up for a lot of these guys. And then you're playing with three guys that seek so much attention in the offense. So, I mean, any like Bruce Brown, all these players, they're getting good minutes off of playing with great, you know what I'm saying, great guys that they have on the team.
It just it looked real good out there.
What I'm saying, I just feel like with the Warriors, though, they was already a proven commodity. You knew what they were capable of with having.
And then my thing is, the only thing I didn't like with KD is the Warriors beat us.
Now, I didn't like that either.
And he left right after that and went to the Warriors.
Like that
He couldn't win.
How you do that?
Because he couldn't win OKC.
Because he went to the better point guard. He went to the better point guard.
Hurt, man.
He went to the better decision maker.
So y'all honestly think though that next year, that next season, and we seen what Russ was that next season. Y'all really believe if Kevin Durant would have stayed at least one more year, they would have went to the NBA Finals?
We seen Russ by himself. That's why he was like that.
That's why he did that.
Do y'all forget this man was average? He was dropping triple doubles the year before with Kevin Durant on the floor.
It doesn't matter. It matters what you do in the last 5 minutes of the game. He was turnover prone. Bad decision maker. Why are you shooting the ball and you got KD out there anyway?
Man, first off,
give it to that 7-foot monster over there.
When KD got hurt, all of that went out the window. When Russ had that taste of having his own team, that's when you saw a different Russ, because he felt like, well, I led them to the playoffs without you.
No, with Russ' mentality is he wants to know wherever they need help in, he wants to help in every facet of the game, literally every facet, which is why he's famous now for the triple double. He wants to help out in every part of the game, whether it be defense. He recently said that on
he do whatever he got to do to win the game.
He's gonna try to get into every facet to help out, to put a contribution, and he works so hard that sometimes I'll admit he works so hard. He works himself a little too hard at times, and he says sometimes push back and understand with his teammates, which is why it's translated over now. He's leading the league in assists. He's led the league in assists the past 2-3 years. His first couple years in OKC, I remember I used to call him a ball hog. He never, like 2010, 2011, nobody would have said Russell Westbrook would have led the league in assists. I would have laughed at somebody if they said that.
He most definitely was a ball hog.
Like I would have laughed at I said that. But now he's had like two, three seasons where he's led the league in assists. Double digit assists at that. Like this year, I think he had 10.9. For them to be 11 assists a game. Like he's matured over a certain time. But with Kevin Durant and the Warriors, I mean, it's just the way he did it. He chose a team that literally came back 3-1. Like if they would have, even if they would have just, I guess, lost. I don't know. If they would just lost in like 6 games and they were down that whole series. I mean, I thought it would have been a little better, but it's just because he took the team that beat him in the Western Conference Finals.
Facts.
And went to them, and we knew what they already was. Everybody in the world knew him going there. It was a wrap. Like I mean, you had a couple of losing LeBron fans. You had a couple of losing LeBron fans that the Cavs were gonna still win. But if you really watched basketball, you knew it wasn't no stopping that. It wasn't no stopping that.
So who you got? What you think, Lace?
With the Warriors with Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I was like, that was really foul and low down what he did. It was shady. Really shiesty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was shiesty.
Yeah, it was shiesty.
Why you gonna leave OKC? You got drafted. You really basically lost, and then I'm gonna go to the winning team. You know what I'm saying? To win a championship the next year, because everybody had them favorite. That was just a bonus, because they was already going to the finals without you. So when he come over there, I'm just gonna do what I do. I'm gonna give me 1 or 2 rings, probably 3 or 4. But then he left there and went to Brooklyn. Like
I mean, he had to leave. He had to leave Golden State. He had to leave Golden State. He had to leave Golden State eventually.
The problem at hand for people who didn't take it personally, they feel like the Warriors ruined the NBA and they ruined basketball.
Right.
Now, because the Celtics had a big 3 before.
But that's different. That's
They
different.
really started.
You had Steph Curry, the greatest point guard of all time, and then you had Klay Thompson, then you had Draymond Green, and then you got KD, who's arguably probably one of the most skilled scorers of all time.
Yeah,
He's top 10 all time.
You said, what'd you say, Phil?
GOAT.
You said he's the greatest player of all time?
What?
Kevin Durant.
I can't say that for you.
Kevin Durant.
Right now,
He's the GOAT.
healthy in the league, he's the best player in the league.
He's the best
No,
player.
you
I
said
say
all
that.
time. You
I
said
said
all
that.
time.
But you said
all
GOAT.
time.
You
You
said
all time.
GOAT.
GOAT. I'll
You
rock
lost
with
your
it.
mind. You lost your mind.
That boy drinking
He
Henderson.
do that by himself.
That really slipped.
Real talk.
I was thinking in my head, I was like, that
That
slipped. That slipped.
So tell us top 5 NBA players of all time. We're gonna start with you since you said the
Top
others.
5 NBA players of all time. Well, number 1, Michael Jordan, for sure.
Cap.
What?
Don't
Bruh.
get me started.
Hold on, bro.
What? Who you got at number 1? I need to hear
What
that.
did you say, bro?
Not Bron?
LeBron.
Man, okay,
LeBron.
let's go. Let's move
Okay.
on. Let me
All right,
know.
like I
I'm
said-
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out.
See what I'm saying? He said Michael Jordan not the.
Come on,
Bro,
let's
he's
kick
number
on.
1 now.
Okay.
Let's not do
Come on.
that. Michael Jordan number 1. All right, then there's no specific order after this.
This some bullshit.
Kobe, KD,
Can't argue with that. Sorry.
number 4. Man, that's so tough, bro. Let me think.
Right for Austin?
Man, what? That's get to my loop, bro.
Chill out, bro.
That's get to my loop.
His ass gonna say Westbrook.
Nah, I ain't gonna. I mean, he averaged triple double. Only
You
one.
got Shaq, you got Kareem, you got
Yeah,
Shaq.
Shaq. Okay,
Got a
Shaq.
lot of guys.
Yeah, he still got LeBron.
No, he
Like,
don't.
You ain't say LeBron?
Okay, Shaq and Bron. I'll do that.
Man, we just going to
He
go,
just
man.
throw
Who you
Brian
got?
at
Who you
the
got?
end.
You should just throw
Bron-
Bron in there like that,
Yeah,
bro.
no, real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
This is given. Michael Jordan's given. Kobe Bryant's given. Kareem's given.
Kobe number 2.
No, there's no order. There's no order.
Kobe not top 5, but
I really don't want to put LeBron in my top 5.
Kobe not top 5.
Blasphemy.
Let's call a spade for a spade.
What you mean?
You
Call
gotta
us
put
play for a
Magic.
spade.
You forget Larry Bird.
No, Larry Bird. Kobe better than
Well, if
Larry
you don't
Bird.
stop talking about Larry.
Larry Bird could not keep up with these boys, man.
I ain't gonna put Larry in my top
Larry-
5.
He not top 5, but he most definitely.
I want to hear. I
in
want to
like
hear the rest of
top
yours because I
25.
interrupted you. Who you got?
So I said Magic, MJ, Kobe. Man, I really don't want to put LeBron in, but you gotta put LeBron and Kareem. You gotta put Kareem, man.
Okay. Who you got?
All right, I got Jordan, Kareem. It's not. I'm not giving the order, but I got Jordan number one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I got Jordan, Kareem, Shaq, Wilt. Gotta have Wilt in there.
Russell, really?
Man,
boy smoking gas.
I'm not giving Bill Russell that. I don't know. I mean, Bill, great player, did a lot for the league, but you gotta be real.
Dr.
He
J.
locked Whoop down. Well, I'm listening.
Dr.
Yeah,
J.
but I mean, still though, Wilt. He had seasons of 50 and 20, like
They were 5-5.
godly numbers.
That's before they had goaltending and stuff.
Right,
so.
right.
They
Well,
were
I throw it out.
5-5.
I throw it out for right now. But with them three, I got Mike, Kareem, Shaq. Probably go with Kobe and
What's LeBron at? Like, why y'all playing LeBron here?
Brian not in my top 5.
He went to 10 straight finals.
That's cool.
It's too many Bron fans.
That's cool.
Got a lot
Facts.
of.
Really too many
And
Bron.
I'm not a LeBron fan.
I'm trying to see.
Who y'all feel
Who's
won?
my 5th?
Mr. Nichols.
I think I'm gonna go with
Tim Duncan.
He gonna say D-Wade.
No, I'm gonna go with Magic.
Let me tell y'all why y'all wrong. LeBron James is the greatest player of all time.
Stop talking.
How? Let me explain.
Here go the Riders, man.
Let me explain. We've seen Jordan have his own team, pre Scottie Pippen, and he didn't show up the way Bron did in 08, 09. 06, 07 when he took the Spurs to the finals.
Time out.
No. Let
No.
me go.
Okay,
Let me go.
we'll
Y'all
let you
been
finish.
going. I
We'll
ain't
let
with
you
yet.
finish. Yeah,
I'm
we'll
gonna
let you
debunk that bullshit.
What
Keep
no,
going.
I'm saying, LeBron took the 06, 07 Cavs team. Zadrunas Ilgauskas, my boy. Larry, no, Mo ain't played with that team. He had Larry Hughes. He had, I think, Drew Gooden and Danielle Marshall. He took those guys to the.
Who was the best team in the East that year? Like
The Pistons,
The
the
Pistons.
Detroit Pistons,
Detroit Pistons.
and then the Miami Heat was up there.
I don't think we're that good that year. We weren't that good that year.
Well, 06, 07.
That was after. That was the year after. That was the year after. We started getting kind of injured.
Yeah, y'all fell off.
We fell off.
I feel like
It was really the Pistons and Cleveland. The East wasn't. East. I mean, y'all had you had Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas. But he was alright. The East wasn't like they was. It wasn't like they was
Y'all
back
not
then.
finna do this like Jordan wasn't playing against scrubs.
Man,
Y'all not finna do this like
Did y'all
Jordan.
watch the documentary?
I know you
He
wasn't
was playing
doing it.
with crackheads.
Real talk.
Bro, Larry Bird and them was scrubs.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's one team.
He lost the Pistons too.
He didn't even get that far. He had the worst record.
Hold on.
He was like an 8 seed, bro.
He was hurt there.
Before Jordan started
Oh, my
winning, he had to get through the
bad boys.
The bad boys,
bad
your
boys.
boys.
It was two teams, the Pistons and the freaking Celtics,
And the
that was
Celtics.
stacked with Hall of Famers.
Stacked with
That was the only reason
forgot
that he
about the
wasn't
West.
winning.
You forgot about the West.
That's like you
The West
saying.
had
That's
Portland.
that's
They had
like.
the Jazz. They had the Lakers.
I'm talking about in the
I know.
East. He was an 8
But
seed.
what I'm saying is though, that's like
He didn't even see them. He was an
what
8 seed in the East.
what
He
Michael
had
Jordan
nobody.
what Michael Jordan was seeing was
That's what we saying about LeBron. LeBron
Okay,
didn't
that's
have
one
nobody.
season though. That's one
Okay,
season
but-
where he
Come
didn't
on,
have
man.
nobody.
LeBron been cold ever since he got in the league.
let's
bro.
put this
You
let's
said
put-
one season where he didn't have
let's put
nobody.
this
He
into
did.
let's put this into where it equals out. Jordan seen themselves them first couple rounds when he was young. It's like you putting 2009 LeBron against Golden State Warriors. That's what he was seeing first round.
Facts.
That's
That
what he
was
was
the
seeing
prime-
first round.
That was prime Celtics.
That's what he was seeing first round. He was seeing.
you mean?
You
They
got
had-
sense, my brother.
He was seeing 4 or 5 Hall of
sense.
Famers.
Yeah.
Kevin McHale, Kevin
We getting the football
McHale,
next. 'Cause
Kevin McHale, one of the top power forwards of all time.
Kevin McHale can't even.
Robert Parrish.
What?
Kevin McHale
Larry
took
Bird.
those NBA,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. They had dogs on that team.
But you can't say in today's NBA.
It was
because
different
back then.
then.
He was that dude.
Exactly.
They couldn't do nothing with
And
him.
they
They
could
couldn't
knock
do
you.
nothing
That's
with
cool.
him.
And they could knock you on your.
Then give Wilt. Don't say that about Wilt. Then don't say that about Wilt, bro.
Said everybody
No.
was 5'5".
And you try to discredit what that man was doing.
Exactly.
I can't.
Okay. Well,
They
wait.
I mean,
was 5'5".
That's count. They was around.
No, they was
Statistics
not.
show they were the same.
They were the same
They
height.
were the same-
They were the
Just-
same
you can-
height.
Michael Jordan
How you
had to
gonna
get in the
tell
weight
us the
room
how you gonna tell the
and prepare
NBA?
for the Pistons, bro.
How you gonna tell the NBA?
Did you watch the film?
What I'm
Fuck the film. Tell the average height, bro. Come on, man.
But what I'm saying is though,
That's
even
count. That's
They couldn't even use their left hand.
That's a lie.
even then though,
That
but
might be true.
even if that was even if that's true though, 50 and 20 on for the whole season. I mean, I could see maybe 30 and 10.
Thank you, brother.
Fifty?
Thank you, my brother.
100 points in a game?
What do this
Facts.
in today's game?
I thought you just said don't do that.
I'm going with what you said. What you said with Kevin McHale, Wilt wouldn't do that today. Wouldn't even be close.
McHale wasn't nowhere near what Wilt was, bro.
No, yeah.
Wilt would have adjusted.
Yeah, I'm saying,
He would have
I'm not
adjusted.
saying he was.
Yeah,
We're
Wilt-
talking about comparing eras. Wilt wouldn't do that today. That's facts.
I mean, that's facts. Nobody would.
You know, nobody's doing 50 and 20 in today's
Nobody's
league.
doing it.
Well, nah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Nobody doing it.
Oh,
Nobody's
the
doing
one
it
player
today.
I can see that could probably do it in today's
Don't you
league.
dare.
Jane
Don't you
Harden
dare.
going
Giannis?
60 and-
Who can do it?
No, I think 2001 Shaq could probably do it.
Talking about 50.
Yeah.
That's
Before
interesting.
DeMarcus Cousins got hurt, he was dropping 45 and 15.
I can
That's what,
believe it.
bro.
I can
I
believe it.
think
believe it.
Shaq could have did it.
Shaq probably coulda did it, too.
2000 and 2001 Shaq.
Shaq was dominant.
Finals, he was averaging like 36, 15, and
He could do
3.
it. He could probably do it.
Yeah,
Facts.
DeMarcus Cousins was nasty too.
It's not like
Dog,
DeMarcus
with-
didn't
with
do that,
AD
though. Like,
on the
DeMarcus
team.
was like that.
Facts.
He wasn't like
got
Shaq,
hurt
though.
No, but
I
Shaq.
said I'm talking about the numbers. He could do that.
Kings.
Man,
DeMarcus
DeMarcus was hooping,
scary.
though.
When I ain't gonna lie, no center would want to see 2000 and 2001 Shaq now.
Yeah.
Like these centers not looking for that type
They,
of smoke.
they're not looking for that type of physicality because he, man,
Rudy
all right.
Gobert and barbecue chicken.
Lord,
Barbecue
What?
chicken.
Get it? Hey, get up out of there with it. Don't get in that paint with him.
Like I said, bro, the last one we missed it. Julius Randle kind of bringing it back, but the last one in that era was like Tim Duncan, Zach Randolph, and that Billy Ball.
Why does nobody talk about Tim Duncan?
I ain't hear none of them.
It's because
he top five, too.
Elijah Run. Y'all forgot about Elijah
I
Run.
ain't forgot about Nate. Thank you. That's my guy.
Tim Duncan, the only reason is because of the play style that he was in, the play style that he played in. Like I mean, it was Spurs were strictly fundamental, boring basketball in our mind. Wasn't nothing flashy, wasn't a lot of dunks and then that. Just win games. That's how they that's how they play. Now his accomplishments speak for themselves. Tim Duncan is arguably the greatest four to ever play the game, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like that with Tim Duncan, only reason we not looking at him like that, and that limelight is just because of the play style the Spurs was in.
Facts.
Because I mean, we
Cause they had a guy before that was doing it big just like Tim.
Dennis Robinson.
David
David
Robinson.
Robinson, the only player to drop a quadruple double.
Facts.
So I mean, I just feel like it's just predicate off of the Spurs and their system. Like Kawhi, he was Kawhi, but we weren't seeing what we see in LAC with Kawhi. Like, well, not ain't LAC. Raptors Kawhi. I don't think everybody knew Kawhi had that bag like that with the Raptors though. Now he did get a little luck to get to the NBA Finals, and then he lucked up, and then had to see 3-5.
That ring don't count.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
That
agree.
most definitely
I
count.
agree.
No,
that
He think it
We're
count.
not gonna do that.
He think it count.
We're not gonna do that.
To
Kawhi
me, that
earned
15
ring.
Warrior
Lakers
squad
ring
ring don't
didn't count
count.
last year.
Hmm?
Lakers didn't count last year.
No, that
We're gonna
counts.
say that. We're gonna say
the
15
bench
Warriors
lane
squad.
ring.
When you say 16, when don't count with the Cavs, then we're gonna do that because
Yeah.
Draymond Green got suspended.
Yes.
Facts.
Facts. Facts.
Let's be real, and let's not talk about that.
Hey,
We ain't even talk about that
wait,
Mickey
wait,
Mouse
wait,
ring.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
that's it.
Wait,
Last year was a
wait.
Mickey Mouse ring.
Wait. You knew last year was messed up when the Miami Heat made it to the finals.
No,
That wasn't supposed to happen.
no.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. I can't tell you. I knew the Bucks wasn't going though.
Me either.
I mean, yeah, we kind of figured that.
So who you had?
I'm
coming
saying
out
who
the
else?
East
Who
last
else was
year?
gonna come out the East? The Celtics.
Nah, the Celtics.
Nah.
But we
They
locked.
were too young.
I
The
knew.
Celtics weren't
I knew we
ready.
were gonna win because we.
If the Celtics was gonna go to the finals, they should have beat them when everybody was in the stands and Tatum winning, bodied Bron. You remember
That
that?
was the year. That was the
Come
year.
on
That was the
now.
year you should have.
That was the year that they were supposed to go.
That's when you can say they too young, though.
But they were.
That's when you can say
They was
that.
definitely too young.
Tatum
though.
got it yet.
And they almost had it though. They almost went.
To me,
Jason Tatum don't have it
he
yet.
don't have it yet.
Well, you smoke.
Bro, what is you talking about?
Lacey, come on.
I kind
man.
of see what he's saying. Like he's saying, like he ain't got it yet.
talking
No,
about the
now,
if, like,
now,
like
now,
clutch
Jason
factor?
Tatum, he's raw. He's slow.
Like
he's,
Booker know it. What to do
Devin
now.
Booker don't got it.
He never
He
been in the
inconsistent.
playoffs yet.
He
Booker got it.
don't ever
Booker
disrespect
got
Jason
it.
Tatum by talking
Booker
about
got it.
Devin
Jason
Booker.
Tatum got-
Real talk.
Booker got it. Jason Tatum
Real
got it.
talk.
Don't disrespect
I mean,
Jason
I
Tatum.
can't say that though. I can't say that though.
Man.
You switch Jason Tatum and Devin Booker. I feel like D Book doing the same thing.
D
Facts.
Booker,
No,
D
no,
Booker,
facts.
you switch them. D Booker gonna take care of business. That's real talk.
That's
That's
cap.
real
What
talk.
you mean
If
though?
you
They
switch
still
them,
gotta
Devin
go.
Booker not
He
going to
more
the
clutch than Jason
playoffs.
Tatum.
Time out.
You are crazy.
Hold on.
No,
He
crazy.
pure. Devin Booker is
Devin
pure.
Booker never played with a Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Ever.
Fact.
Kyrie Irving,
Jaylen
Al
Brown.
Horford.
You put Devin Booker on that team, they
He
nasty.
didn't have no
That's
Gordon
cap.
Hayward.
That's
Kyrie
Yeah,
Irving.
he didn't have a squad like that. Jason Tatum
Jaylen
came into
Brown.
a
None of
No,
that.
Jason Tatum came
That
into
boy-
it.
I'm saying
Washington
we
Bendel.
sleep. When Jason Tatum first got into the league, the Sixers was number one in the East the year before that. Like
Devin Booker won
they got
8
them picks
straight
through trade.
with nobody. 8 straight with nobody. In the pandemic year, the Disneyland year tournament.
Yeah, I
He won
tried-
8 straight.
But I ain't gonna
That don't
lie.
mean nothing
Now,
to me.
I didn't really care about that. Now,
Jaylen Brown.
I do hate that we get to see him. I really wanted to see that last year. I wanted to see Dame versus D Book in that play in though. I wanted to see them, but
He didn't play with no Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown just
Never
got
played.
good this year though.
He just got good like
Jaylen Brown
this.
just ain't
What?
I ain't gonna lie. I really like Jaylen
Jaylen
Brown. I ain't like
Brown.
Y'all
Jaylen
need to
Brown.
put this guy on y'all show.
Like I'm not
Cause this
saying,
guy
like,
know
Jaylen
his
Brown
sports.
Wasn't good, but
I'm not putting
He
Jaylen
just started
Brown
putting
in.
up all-star numbers.
yeah.
But he was good. the
Yeah, he
past
been
couple
good.
years.
was
That's
straight.
what-
But that's what
fact.
I'm talking about. He wasn't
Fact.
what he is
He was
today.
losing.
I mean, he still was coming up on his own. Come
They
on,
play
you
better
gotta
without
get,
Kyrie.
everybody don't peak after 1 year.
Devin
You
Booker
gotta give him
had-
some
This is his
time.
first year playing with that caliber of talent.
That's because Chris Paul makes every team good. I solely attribute what the Suns are doing to Chris Paul, not Devin Booker.
I said he hasn't played with that caliber of talent. He hasn't had a Jaylen Brown or Gordon Hayward or
That's a
Kyrie
good point,
Irving
though. That's a
on the
good
team
point.
at all. None of that.
The best he's seen before Chris Paul was what Eric Bledsoe and Brandon
DeAndre Ayton.
and Brandon and
Aiden.
what's dude that got dunked up by DeAndre Jordan? Brandon Knight. That was when they
And Kelly Oubre.
he seen that team. I mean,
Oubre
like
suck. Kelly Oubre suck.
He's decent.
he decent.
Yeah, he.
I feel like in the right. I feel like in the right
He went-
situation.
He shouldn't have went.
He in the
should-
wrong.
wish
I feel like he in the
could've
wrong
stayed with the
situation. He
Suns.
not that type of player for that type of system.
He
Not
was
with the
getting
Warriors.
comfortable with the Suns.
Yeah,
man.
no. Suns was perfect. A team.
That's what I'm
When he
saying.
played for the Wizards, he was solid. He need a team like that. Like
Facts.
the Warriors, it's not his
I
type
never
of
liked
beat.
I never liked
I really like Kelly with Washington.
If you're gonna be real, I like Kelly Oubre when he was with Kansas. He ain't.
Talking about college.
Yeah, but that's it. He ain't show me nothing.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Facts.
Kelly done had a better. I didn't want to say Kelly played a little better than Andrew since he been here.
And
Real
see,
talk.
we gonna wrap up the NBA talk and get to the NFL. But before I go, I want y'all to know that y'all really know y'all sports, but y'all know anything about being a point guard. y'all got Russell Westbrook. Steph Curry is the best point guard of all time. Then it's Magic, and then to me, John Stockton, and then you can throw Russell in there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the only thing I have a problem with your list is Steph Curry being number one. I mean, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say you wrong having Steph in your top three. I mean, I can make a case that he be top three. Number three, I have no problem with. But with point guards, it's just so.
He would have been the best. He had no business losing that Cleveland team, and they supposed to. They really supposed to win like 5.
If he has some NBA Final MVP, he has some NBA Final MVPs on his belt, then it'd be a lot easier.
Why do you gonna say it when Westbrook don't even got a ring?
It's because though
Westbrook ain't even been there but one time.
What I'm saying, okay, see, and that's another thing. That's another stigma that we've done. We've diminished so much.
You just created that.
But I have Russ in my top three. I had two. I put two guys that have never won in my top three.
But you just
Russ and
condemned Curry for the same stigma.
I'm saying no, he's been there. He's gotten there. And he was the main guy. He was the guy. He's gotten there and the main guy, and he hasn't. He never played like he was the main guy. Or how he was in the regular season. That year where he was going, 2016, when he was going crazy, running around, throwing the three up, shooting the half court shots out of that. Where was that in the final? 2015. Where was that? 2016.
He still averaged like 25 in the finals.
It was 26.
26 in the finals.
Even.
His finals career, he still averaged like 25, 26 points.
What did he do Game 6 against the Cavs?
Bro.
When the Cavs came back, what did he do? What did he do Game 6?
When Westbrook got there?
I'm just asking. We're talking about Steph right now. What did he do? What did he do Game 7?
I agree with that. What I'm saying is, you saying he doesn't live up. He still puts up numbers, bro.
Game 6. What did he do though?
Hey,
Game 6. What did he do?
Let's be real though. Steph had a bad game 6, 7, whichever one you
Game
want to say.
5 too. He let Kyrie take over.
And those are numbers that you would praise Russ for. You would praise him for them numbers.
No. I praise Russ with them numbers because he'll finish with still 10 rebounds and 11 assists. When Russ not
shooting 25%.
When Russ, I mean,
13% from three.
When Steph's not scoring, he can't really give you nothing else. He's a average.
Let's count. He spread the floor.
He's an average. Look at the numbers. He's an average facilitator. He averages only 5 assists a game.
Facts.
He's an average facilitator. Even in his MVP year, he only averaged 6 assists.
He got gravity.
Y'all play basketball, right? Yeah. Okay. You have to guard that man at half court.
Granted.
And you gotta respect him.
You gotta guard him at half. Somebody has to be attached to him.
Correct.
At half court. And the way they offense set up, it's a motion offense. All I do is cut screen, all this shit. By himself, he makes everybody else better without even touching him.
Okay, now let's just be real though. Let's just be real though. He's not taking full advantage of that though. He's only averaging 5 assists. Let's be real though. Now, give me your honest opinion.
God don't like the lies, my brother.
Give me your honest opinion. If Russ would get checked up half court every game, if he's getting picked up every game at half court as soon as he crosses the half court line, what do you think? What odds do you think his averages would be?
Nobody would ever do this.
Oh man, all I'm saying is they picking him up half court.
That's a bad analogy.
He'll average almost 20 assists.
Nobody's gonna do that. Now you better off saying D. Lil than Russ.
I mean, D. Lil not even both Steph Curry and D. Lil not great facilitators. D. Lil not a great facilitator. What?
I thought you were going somewhere else. My fault.
Both of them are average facilitators. They average. They really scores. They really I mean, most point guards now in the league are 2 guards.
That's what I'm saying. That's the way of the
league. But what I'm saying is, I mean, Russ was a really basic 2 guard masquerade as 1. He's just not translated into being a full, floor general operator. But what I'm saying is now, still like they haven't taken advantage of what they getting. You know what I'm saying? Getting picked up half court. It's cool that they getting 30, but they not. I mean, at the end of the day, what has it translated for them? D-Lil has only been a 3 seed one time, and he got locked up by Drew Holiday.
He put your boy out.
He put twice. Okay, and he put us out. He seen the Golden State Warriors and. Without KD, had 3 games where they were up in those games and choked all 3 of those games.
Because the greatest point guard of all time.
Just finna say, you just said Steph didn't play good in the playoffs. He swept that ass.
He swept the guy that you couldn't beat.
It don't matter.
He beat Joe.
And then Lily, what did he do when he played the Raptors? Now, granted, I know he at one point he had just a bunch of role players with DeMarcus Cousins. But and the first couple of games that Kawhi and them won, he had Klay Thompson riding shotgun with him. What did he do?
That's because Klay is mad inconsistent. Klay is mad inconsistent. He's inconsistent.
Klay inconsistent?
Are y'all serious?
Klay, if we don't say that's inconsistent like that too.
He's definitely inconsistent.
But when he hot.
When he hot. Please don't do that. Because y'all already disrespected PG by saying y'all going to choose Klay over him.
Oh, in the playoffs. In the playoffs, I picked Klay over PG.
You not having Klay as your star player, bro. At no point. At no point.
If you do that, your team gonna lose. If I'm having a secondary role,
we said we had Russ, and then we'll pick who we had.
But with Paul George, the last time him being in that main role where he was winning was when it was in 2011, 2012 when he had all them guys.
Roy Hibbert getting 0 rebounds,
and that was when Paul George was more of a not even a shooter type. He was more of a he driving and trying to dunk on your head type player.
Well, everybody
the last year, his last year with Indiana, main guy, he put up great numbers. Still got swept.
By who?
The Cavs, but he got swept.
But he lost to 17.
And then the year before that,
he lost to the Heat.
No. The last year with Indiana, he got swept. And then the year before that, he lost to the Raptors. People forget he lost to the Raptors the year before that. He was the main guy. Game 7, lost to the Raptors. DeMar DeRozan dunked on somebody, I think, for game.
Yo, but you're
DeMar DeRozan. He's not better than Paul George.
You're disgracing him for that when
No. DeMar DeRozan, he that guy. But over Paul George?
You can't discredit Paul George for making it to the playoffs when if Klay was in that position, they not winning 30 games.
We don't know that though. We've never seen Klay by himself.
Oh my God, Klay can't even dribble.
We've never seen Klay by himself.
He can't dribble. He can't. He don't do nothing. He don't do nothing,
bro. Klay. I honestly feel like
he's Richard Hamilton 2.0.
All I'm gonna say is I feel like Klay would have been like Reggie Miller if he was by himself though. That's what I feel like.
Reggie could dribble and pass.
Reggie really wasn't Reggie was not really wasn't really guy. He catching it.
I didn't say he
mid-range game, cut game too. He ain't.
I'm saying Klay
he just don't do all that because he ain't got
three.
to.
He don't have to dribble.
Literally, all he had to do is spot up.
He does what they're asking him to.
And play defense.
Y'all are saying outlet based off him being the second guy on the team. We have never
Or
seen
the third.
him.
That's what I'm saying. That we've never seen him. We've never seen him
as
first.
the man.
I was
He
saying I'm taking
He
Clay
would
as my
have to
second.
dribble if he was
If
the first person on the team. He was the first guy,
Reggie
he got
did.
dribble.
Reggie wasn't going in between the leg, woo woo, but he was a decent ball handler. Clay dribbles like a seventh grader. Let's be honest.
Nah, I can't
Oh
say
my
that. I
God!
can't say that.
Watch him bring the ball to the court.
Reggie
He,
had Mark Jackson.
Yeah, come
I'm saying he Reggie had a squad. Steve Jackson, all them boys.
Point guard, he could make.
but we talking about he's the main guy. He's with Paul George.
Point guard, hey.
Paul George didn't have a point guard. He had George Hill.
I'm saying, think about it. Think
I
about
don't
it.
know
Clay
if
and Chris
Clay
Paul,
was
and
Paul
Chris
George.
Paul not trying to score like that. Clay will probably average 26 to 30 points when you're in his prime.
Yeah, but Chris Paul gonna be the main option.
No, Chris Paul. You know how Chris Paul is. He more of a willing. He's gonna be. He's especially in the regular season.
He's the main option now with Devin Booker.
Take a game. He gonna take game.
He's the main option now with Devin Booker.
I can't say that. He's the main option. He's a
They
facilitator.
run the offense through him, so I see what you're saying.
Chris Paul is that guy.
He initiates the
He's a
offense.
mini Bron. He's gonna make whatever team he go to better.
That's true, because he made the Thunder better the year before that.
Yeah.
Took us to the
I mean, I like Chris Paul. He was one of my favorite players with the Hornets. That was really my
Facts.
favorite
What
CP. The mellow he is now, it just depends on the. I don't know.
Inconsistency, bro.
It just depends
Yeah.
with the Melo. It just depends on what Melo I got.
I had to take
But
Clay.
nah, I honestly would take Clay over Paul George because Clay, in my opinion,
He spot up.
past year, this year this year Paul George is shooting the lights out of the thing. He's shooting like 46% from the three. But Clay's been the better shooter most of the career. He's gonna space the floor out, and Paul George do the same thing, but Clay he's gonna guard your best player and still come give you 25 to 30 every night, shooting high percentage from the 3-point line. Like
I take a healthy Clay over Paul George any day of the week.
Like
Same.
Clay is a certified sniper. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
baller
I'm
right
not-
there.
he top 5 all
And he
time.
gonna
He's a
lock you
top
down.
5 all
He
time
gonna
shooter
lock
in
you
the
down.
league.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but you're not finna act like Paul George just ain't nothing.
No.
Most of the time when he
I ain't
has to
nobody
perform,
saying Paul
he
George
been
is a
hurt.
scrub.
Yeah, he
I'm just
ain't
saying
no
I honestly would prefer Clay
Because
over Paul
Clay
George.
know his role. You feel me? He let Steph do. They know that Steph the main guy, but Clay still gonna get his regardless of who on the team.
In what way do you prefer Clay over?
I'm only preferring Clay because,
PG?
man, as a you know what I'm saying, as a guy that rooted for Russ, I've seen what Clay can do sometimes in the playoffs when the Warriors really need somebody to save them. Like Steph needed Clay to save him Game 6 versus the Rockets and Game 6 versus the Thunder and both of them Western Conferences.
And
When
Clay went
Clay
and
delivered.
did his thing.
He could deliver.
When his number
Cavs went by himself one of them series. Clay, he was lights out
trying to-
in the fourth quarter.
I can't remember what game you talking about, but I know the year OKC had them up 3-1 Game 6.
Man.
OKC had them dead to water. Clay went crazy.
And woke up. And when he owned,
Steph
he owned.
didn't go crazy.
Who lost?
OKC.
Who was on OKC?
No, it was
Russ and KD.
Russ and
It was-
KD.
it was-
Russ and KD.
But who's the
KD had
point guard? He's the primary decision.
Russ was the reason they lost in 12.
No, I can't let that.
He was the reason.
But it's the
12.
truth.
Oh, you talking about against the Heat?
Against the Heat.
Nah,
the Heat?
they were too
No.
young.
No, Harden disappeared. Harden disappeared.
They were too young.
Russ had top 5. I think he's top 5 in scoring in a NBA Finals game. He had 43.
His efficiency was terrible, bro. Russell would be like 8 for like 30.
That's because
Man,
Russ,
he had
first
30 inside the ball 30 times. That's
Russ
the
was
other line.
seeing D Wade in his prime. People forget how good of a defender D Wade was.
Steph
He's
was
the best-
seeing brother
the
in
best,
prime.
the best shot blocker in league history. Look up the stats. D Wade, he liked that. Like if my opinion was if Bron would have stayed with the Heat one more year and they would have seen the Warriors that year, they would have beat them. Like the year the Warriors won with Steph and just Clay and Draymond. If it would have been that Heat team with LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh,
I
see
agree.
them winning.
I agree.
But nah, because D Wade fell off a cliff. when
I was
he
just
played
finna say
finals
that.
last
Did you
time.
look at-
That's why LeBron left, because D Wade and Chris Bosh were
2016 NBA Finals, the Heat don't get to Game 7 against the Raptors second round without D Wade. And you look at it, he won the series against Charlotte. They were down 3-2. Charlotte at their home house, arguing with a fan, dropped 30. Game 7 ended it with 22. Played the Raptors. They were down 2-0. He came back, went crazy that series, averaged like 28-30. Like he was injured. He was injured at that last year with San Antonio. But he got back, got his legs under him. I mean, at the end of the day, D Wade has had injuries just because of his style of play. You know, his knee was basically almost bone on bone due to all the, you know, the surgeries and whatnot. But he was rejuvenated really the year after post LeBron though. He was rejuvenated. It was just what made them kind of like bad was Chris Bosh, his you know, his condition. Hassan Whiteside got hurt that year when it was really supposed to be Cavs and Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, in my opinion. Hassan got hurt. That was when Bismack Biyombo had that great season, great playoff run.
They got that paycheck and
yeah,
fell off.
got paycheck and fell off. You know how that happened.
Right off.
You know how that happened.
So the question now is, top who's the greatest point guard of all time?
Greatest point guard of all
Give
time.
me the top three.
Top three?
Here we go.
I want all three of y'all to tell me.
I got Magic Johnson first. You can't. I'm sorry.
Magic got 5
He's the
of
GOAT.
them, man.
Point guard.
Magic.
Why?
Point
No.
No. I gotta hear why.
Showtime.
Why?
He changed the game.
You
Influence.
said Showtime, so that means the other players.
Yeah, but without Magic, he don't have Showtime. Like, he's the big part reason for Showtime.
The main reason.
Do we forget that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got hurt their first NBA Finals when he was a rookie, and Magic Johnson
But
played
that is-
center and
Yeah,
dropped
James Worthy.
30 and 10?
That is everybody's go-to, but we're not gonna act like he didn't have the number one scorer of all time and James Worthy on his team, and they had a team full of shooters when
Okay.
shooters wasn't even a thing back then.
Okay, I give you that, but okay, James. Okay, first off, this team really wasn't the only big trade they had was when they traded for I think Elgin Baylor at the end of his prime, something like that. Somebody was leading. I forgot who they were leading the league of scoring when they traded for him. But James Worthy, homegrown product. They drafted him. They got them off the draft. Magic Johnson, homegrown product. The only person that got sent over there was Kareem, and so. I mean, at the end of the day,
Didn't
Magic.
they have Bob McAdoo?
Magic.
Bob McAdoo was 2 times.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Bob McAdoo, who
got
they
him
traded
from New
for.
York.
Bob
You just
McAdoo.
named like 5 Hall of Famers.
5.
Okay, now if y'all finna tell me that Steph is the all-time great,
That's why.
what help has he
No,
had?
that's why I said like give us your top three because
Okay,
it's a whole
alright,
conversation.
I wanted to hear why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
got
just-
Magic.
you just
I
named-
got Magic because
Because of other players.
he influenced the game. He influenced the game. He was definitely influencing the game.
7 foot dribbling the ball like that.
Yeah, I got
he was
Who you number
6'9",
two?
I got
6'9"
Magic
point
number
guard.
1. Now, it's get tough right here, man. It's get tough. Man, I gotta rock with my guy though. I gotta rock with my boy Russ. I gotta put him number 2.
Man,
That's what I'm
Did we get that
saying.
on camera?
This man drunk.
We got that on camera.
Number 2.
Is there?
And number 3.
Twitter's gonna kill you.
I'm trying to see.
But this is
I'm
just a
I'm
biased
debating
conversation.
between like either Isaiah Thomas. Are we counting AI as a point guard or what?
No, shooting guard for sure.
I really count AI as a point guard, but
Do you say Isaiah Thomas is your third one?
I'm not. I'm
You
thinking.
got John Stockton.
See, but John, that's what it's Isaiah and John. But I like Isaiah a little bit over
Most
John
great
though.
point guard didn't
John,
I'm a ring guy. So you.
but you see, I'm not always a ring guy.
You can't
but
be, 'cause you got
but
Russ.
with John, with John, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be at least top 5 for sure in point guard because you know he one of the point guards. But I mean,
You got Chris Paul.
that's who I'm thinking about. I really want to put Chris Paul number 3 because as we see now,
is
everywhere
my-
he go, he win.
Who you got, Phil? Who you got?
All right. No specific order. Chris Paul, Russ. What other point guard you know averaging the triple double? What other point guard you know averaging the triple double? Tell me that now.
Oscar Robertson.
That's it.
Other than him, who else?
Who your third?
Oscar Robertson won. He
Oscar
won the
Robertson
finals.
won the later part of the career when he
It
played with
does
Kareem.
not
though.
matter. He
with
won.
Kareem.
Russ
bro.
still got time to win though.
Man, you talking about got
His window's
time?
going down.
It's going down.
Window going down.
He's team hopping now.
He's still at his peak. He's averaging a triple double.
Bro, listen, bro.
I like it. It's still a chance.
He
Gary
doing what he
Gary
want.
Gary
Third.
paid for
All
his
I'm
on the way
saying
out.
is just because you average a
third.
triple double,
Yeah, that's what I'm
just
saying.
because you average a triple double, that's fine. You ain't winning. I ain't trying to hear that.
He wins 70%
He
of his
doesn't.
games though.
He
when
doesn't
when he
expand
averages
his
though.
game. He's the same player as he was when he got in the league, bro.
What? Let him go. Finish your third one. Finish your third one.
My
Finish your
third one, man, that's so tough. Chris Paul. That third one, it's so tough to call. I can go with John Stockton. I can rock with him.
I like John.
I can
though.
rock
like
with him.
John.
I'm old
Who
school,
you got?
man.
Who you got?
So of course Magic. I got Isaiah, and then I was hearing Gary Payton is like a most honorable. You know. What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, yeah.
The
Gary
glove was
Payton.
nasty.
I like the
glove
glove.
was
I like the
nasty.
glove. I like the
But
glove.
He played
Steph in
defense.
there, but it's still. I still need more out of still.
What more do you need?
No.
What more do you
Do
need?
not have Steph
So
in
we
my
need
time.
to talk about
Steph.
Jason Kidd, Steve Nash.
I thought about.
I most definitely thought about all them.
This is my thing with Steve Nash. This is my thing with Steve Nash.
Jason
I
Kidd
feel like
didn't win.
I feel like
He
He
won.
got a ring.
I said most
Dallas.
great point
Dallas. He
guards.
won the Dallas.
Most great point guards didn't win.
Okay,
Let's
but
be honest.
yeah, but this is my thing.
Steph did.
This is my
Go
thing
ahead.
with Steve Nash though. I feel like Steve Nash's success was really more predicated to the system that he was in with Mike D'Antoni. Because
And the Magic's was it?
you said
I'm
what?
sorry.
That's tough.
What I'm saying is though, due to the because like we seen everybody that's played on that D'Antoni system, their numbers get juiced. Their numbers get juiced. And how do y'all feel on that part where Steve Nash won them MVPs, where he won one over Shaq and over Kobe one year? Like he didn't deserve neither of them.
Fact.
He didn't deserve neither of them. In my opinion, I feel like the year he beat Shaq was the Shaq first year in Miami. He was averaging like 26 and 12, something like that. No way he should have won that. Kobe Bryant got robbed of an MVP because of Steve Nash one year. So that's why I like Steve Nash, great point guard, but most of his accolades, I really feel like that's predicated off of his success.
So
With
when you say
Mike.
he got robbed, because I believe he got robbed, but why do you say that? Because MVPs means certain things to certain
Okay,
people.
see, yeah, so I mean the Suns were winning at a high clip at that time, but as we seen through now, at that time we didn't know that the Mike D'Antoni system couldn't translate into winning you a ring at that particular time. So seeing all these guys averaging, they had like what 5-6 guys averaging triple digit
They had a staff.
points. They had double digit points.
Yeah.
Averaging double-digit points, so they all looking like he's the guy floor general running and all that. But like now later on, we see it doesn't translate into win, and Mike D'Antoni can turn an average point guard to a star type level player. I like when Jeremy Lin with the Knicks, when Carmelo and them got hurt, we seen Lin Sanity for like a month and a half.
All right, there's one guy. There's one guy. The other person was James Harden.
And that's what I'm saying though. Any person he puts on there, he's gonna make the numbers better. Now James Harden, I'm not saying now. I'm not gonna say that James Harden he ain't cold. I'm not saying he's not cold without Mike D'Antoni. But what I'm saying, but his numbers got extremely juiced because Mike D'Antoni say, all right, let me move you from the 2 to the 1, and you do everything. You do everything. You get to score, choose who you want to pass to and whatnot. And I'm a passive aggressive coach. You can shoot the ball as many times as you want to. I don't care. You my best player. You can do what you want on the court. And okay, James Harden, he took advantage of that. Now I'm not saying that none of the points that he scored was meaningless or whatnot, but I do feel like he still got a little juice from Mike D'Antoni because just look at it. Any point guard that was at least okay. He's made them a little better due to his system.
But you giving me one example other than two.
I mean, he's only
crazy talented guards. Like
he's only coached like 3 guys in that type of age level with that point guard. I mean, the Lakers, he had the older Steve Nash, but he was barely in the lineup, and Kobe was hurt, and Dwight Howard that year. But
I'm saying is James Harden is like James Harden though.
He is, but and let's not forget now the Nets, who was on that coaching staff, Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni sitting second. He's running that same offense. That's why with the Nets, I knew James Harden was going to do what he had to do with the Nets offense because it's basically almost the same offense he's seen in Houston.
So Phil,
pick and roll, but I'm with you.
Tell me why do you think we don't celebrate James Harden's historical stacks that he has?
Man, I'm gonna just keep it a stack. Harden, he go crazy in the regular season, but then in the playoffs when it's time for we need Harden to do this, he don't show up. He go missing. And that's as simple as it get. When they had to play the Spurs, they needed Harden. What'd he do? Folded.
He folded on that one.
So that's a prime example, man. Until he start winning while scoring his amazing points, then we can validate it.
What about you, Lacey?
You know what he said. He shuts down. He stopped scoring. He started to drill the ball more and air it out. And he really started to pass and have people to help him, you know what I'm saying, to get the slack off him, really. But he do stop facilitating scoring and start playing defense, too. Like, people forget, like, people was going past him and getting easy baskets to the lane, and all Harden want to do is just hold the ball to the shot cut, like almost run out to air ball. Or he missed free throws when he go to the line, like, the simple stuff. Like, That's what I'll be doing.
What you
Okay, I mean, you was giving some good points at first, but then you started kind of going left with all that
got?
other
But
stuff.
he got points. So he
He got
teach us-
points, but it's okay. This is how I
what
feel.
you said.
Now, James Harden, don't get me wrong, like he not really clutch when it comes to the playoffs like that.
Right.
But now I will say this though, his past couple years where he was with Houston, and they were playing with like the year they had Chris Paul, like I feel like the only reason they didn't go to the NBA Finals is because they ran against one of the greatest teams of all time. Like literally, do we realize that he went 7 games with a team that had 2 MVPs,
Chris Paul
one of the
got
top
hurt,
5
too.
shooters and a defender, and only lost because his point guard went down at the end of the
Damn.
series.
But
No,
when they lead,
he was-
when they lead them, they lost like how many in a row?
They lost 2
They
in a row.
lost because they missed
But
33.
that's what I was that's exactly what I was
One
saying.
game.
That's exactly
One
what. But literally, the reason they lost, they only lost, and then they lost the game by like a single digit number
He shut down.
because not only him, the whole team literally had the worst shooting performance
Yeah,
from
they
3-pointer
were
in
Yeah,
Game
but
7.
I blamed it on the point guard at that point.
I can't say
As
that.
a point,
That's
like,
why I
I
say
play
Harden
point guard.
sold
Like
out.
that's my job, is to run my team. If I see that we're missing all these jump shots, it's my job to make sure that we
Okay.
do something else.
Now you said that you said you feel like that Game 7 he sold out.
He sold out.
How does
He sold out.
how did he sell out?
You was up 3-2, and you let them come walk you
I
down
don't know
game
about
after game
Lacey.
after game. And
Lacey.
2 at home, right?
Lacey,
2 at home.
do you forget that Chris Paul wasn't there them last 2 games?
And
Yeah, he got hurt.
even
I
when
thought he
Chris
got hurt
Paul
game
was there,
6.
He got hurt 6.
He got hurt in the
But
middle of Game
That game
6.
was, one of them games in overtime.
And they
right?
lost.
One of them games
Yeah,
in
they did
overtime.
lose, yeah.
And that's when I told you, air to hold the ball out, and then he just shot some bull crap.
No,
And then
they
the
lost.
game-
They lost Game 6 because of 3-5 and Clay that Game 6. Clay went crazy that Game 6. Like that's why they lost that game because James Harden actually had a good Game 6. Now Game 7 he was okay, but he wasn't just going. He wasn't playing unclutch. He actually look at the numbers. He played a pretty good game.
In the stretch, he was just holding the ball, like I said.
But he
and
lost
just shooting
half his
bull crap.
offense.
I mean, yeah, but
I'm trying to see what.
PJ Tucker couldn't hit no shot. Who else? Capella.
I know him good.
Lord, what Capella was doing.
Nobody else other than James Harden was somebody that can create a shot off the
Yeah,
ball.
he
Literally,
lost
they
half
lost the
of-
second guy that could do that.
He
That's
lost
what I'm
half
saying.
his offense.
And what I'm saying is, you talking about he dribbled the ball out and didn't shoot it. That was their offense the whole season. Mike D'Antoni, when they lost that first game, I think they got blowed out Game 1. They say, "What do you need James Harden to do next game?" He say, "Why would we change what we've been doing all year to this series?"
And right what you said, D'Antoni didn't change, even though they needed one more game to win.
But
he did not change.
with
the
that
system.
season, though, I don't think you need to change nothing. They went to Game 7
Facts.
with arguably the greatest team of all time.
It shouldn't have been. I feel like they could have won one more game to go to the finals. D'Antoni could at least change the system.
That was gonna be tough, but they had to be perfect.
I just needed one game.
I really don't know who. I don't know who thought when Chris Paul got hurt that series was gonna go to the Rockets. Because I'm pretty sure everybody in their mind, they think Chris Paul get hurt. Oh, it's sold up now. Like no way the Warriors was gonna let that was gonna let that type of
When
pressure.
Chris Paul got hurt,
Think
it
about
most
it.
definitely was a wrap.
The Rockets beat the Warriors with just James Harden at the end. Do you know how much pressure that's gonna be on the Warriors after that? How much heat they'll take?
Facts.
They got 2
Let's
MVPs,
keep it either
two other All-Stars at that time, and they lose to just a James Harden team at the end. Man, come on.
They were not going for that.
So this year, we'll start with you. Who you guys MVP candidate?
MVP. So this year it's really gonna be based off attrition, in my opinion. I feel like it's based off attrition. A lot of these top MVP guys and got hurt. At one point, KD was really kind of in the top. He got hurt. Bron was up there. He got hurt. Joel Embiid's missed some time. He's been playing great, but I gotta go with the Joker. I go with the Joker. He's averaging almost a triple double. He playing lights out, and he hasn't missed one game. He's played every game, so I gotta give it to Joker.
Who you got, Phil?
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, off the simple fact that I feel like the NBA, they always with the story, and I think like when they get an MVP, it's the guy who got the best winning record, and that's the Sixers right now. And Joel Embiid, he's been real dominant lately. He's actually averaging 30 and 11 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm rocking with Embiid.
I was gonna say between Embiid and Joker too, but I gotta go with Joker, not Joker, but Embiid, because he been like dominant, and when they play, he got a whole winning mentality now. He in the prior Joel do all that talking and be selfish and all that. He's hungry now. Like
Yeah.
he got the right coach, he got the supporting cast, and Ben Simmons and they picked up George Hill. Like he ready to win and ready to like be a main focus of the East. Like,
all right, but this why it's why I want to interject with the Joel Embiid case because you talking about the NBA storyline. This is also what the NBA do when it come to vote. No, there hasn't been an MVP that has won the MVP that's missed more than 15 games. Joel Embiid has missed 18 games. The team is 9-9, and they have been losing as of late with Joel Embiid back. He's averaging 30. He's still dropping them numbers, but they've lost like I think 2-3 games in a row.
But the key games they play, the key teams they beat, he playing and he beating them.
No, they just lost. They lost to the Bucks.
Yeah, they
lost to the Warriors.
And the Warriors.
And I feel like they lost to one more other team. But what I'm saying is, Jamal Murray has been hurt. And lately, the Nuggets have been trending upward. Like they still somehow are remaining in that fourth, fifth seed. And Joker, only thing that Joel Embiid is averaging more than him is points. Joker, they tip for tat on the rebound. They A1 and
It's
A2.
really tip for tat.
No.
When playoff time comes, he gonna need
But
Murray.
and see, but my thing is the 11 assists. This Joker is average. Like he's passing the ball. Like Joel Embiid, he'll pass it. If they triple to him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Joker is a willing passer. Like his usage rate is completely lower than what Joel Embiid is when it comes to playing. Like he doesn't need the ball like Joel Embiid does to get his numbers off. He's doing it so like the only reason we didn't have him up there at the beginning because the Nuggets start off in a slow start at the beginning of that season, but they didn't got back right. So I just feel like just off of how the NBA works. Since everybody has missed time and Joker is the only one that has been played all game, has been Iron Man this season, I feel like he's gonna go to Joker.
I still rock with Embiid, man.
He's a monster now.